Oh yeah, oh yeah. Where were you yesterday? There were some such sweet moments I wanted to capture.
I think that's my favorite.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Maybe
That's
because it's your first.
so
That's my first one, and it's
That's
just
the
that's because of violin making. I could do this as a first guitar. Violins is the real thing. I mean, if you can make symphonic quality violins and cellos, you're getting there. You know. I had an apprenticeship with a bass violin maker for a year. He introduced me to a cello maker who had been a POW in the Polish Army, POW war, escaped to Canada, found a wife, figured out how to make cellos, gave me some lessons, introduced me to the best shop in Chicago where I saw Stradiglieri and all things old Italian. And I was still no good at school, but the shop, I'd go over there every day and he'd put me in a back room and say, look at this old Italian and don't forget it because you'll never see it again. Well, I saw Strad. My violins, oh, if they're good as Strads, but my guitars are expansionism.
It's expensive.
Gotta further the art. What am I gonna make as a first guitar after being a Beethoven freak violin makers? Copy Stratocaster after Strappi and Stradivari? I'm making my own. Stradivariocaster. It's the Tolkien dragon and the American Beauty rose and tells the story that will make a great music for peace. They're all storytelling guitars. I've got, you know...
The cool thing is, the longer I hang out around him, the more I absolutely know he believes every word he just said.
Excuse me. Oh, Charlie.
It's like, you know, it was a rap the first time I heard it. I'm like, okay, cool, it's your sales pitch, right? You know, well, first of all, they aren't for sale, and second of all, he actually means that.
That means what I'm saying. It's
That's
all
really cool.
peace and love.
He's a beautiful soul.
Come
How
on.
much? Oh, no, that's not for sale. I couldn't sell it.
No. This is my Smiley.
I'll build you one if you want one. But no, these aren't. Yeah, he's living out by Crow now. Just down the road from here.
If you want to, you know, videotape a whole... Yeah. And there's...
Oh, wow. They're amazing.
I'm gonna pull out a Porker for you. Walk on. You ready to show off, buddy? Porker's pretty good at showing off. He likes people. Right, Porker. Porker, where are you, buddy? Here's Porker. Are you up and moving, Porker?
Wow.
Come on, Porker. Here we go. Yeah, man. Waka.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man.
That's so cool. That is amazing.
Waka.
Mom, you have to see this.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
You can scratch his ears.
Pigs love their ears scratched.
Only when the girls do it. Nothing will happen if you scratch.
Well, I used to attack my... They always like...
Now you try it.
I'm gonna do it.
You gotta have the lady's touch.
Wow.
Yeah, see, Porker I made from big pieces of European book-matched maple and spruce. See how pretty that maple is?
Yeah.
And you gotta carve the arches for sound. The back and belly arch are slightly different. Graduate them so they sound like a symphony or a Huiras. And just a big whole heap of work, and that's why I could make Dragon as a first guitar, because I can make a violin, and now it's kind of amazing. There's nothing I can't make, you know, from tiny hummingbird jewelry. I make all this stuff. And this is a copy of my, that's a copy of my first guitar.
Oh, wow.
And I carved these in wax with the same tools as violin making, only tinier.
And then you just...
Somebody else made a mold and cast them into silver. So I don't want to do foundry work anymore. I've been a foundry worker and a garbage man 3 times, and I'm not doing that no more. I'm gonna carve wax, you know, or carve a Porker.
Oh, your buddy.
Porker, my buddy and pal. I mean, in a way, I love all my instruments a whole heap, because I suppose instead of having kids, I made this, but maybe I'll have a few dozen kids yet. You know. need some apprentices. I'll start a museum to myself. I mean, if the country fair would want a museum to myself, and then when I'm gone, their bands could play the instruments.
Yeah.
So what am I going to do with all my stuff when I'm gone? You know, this is a living, visionary art environment here at the fair. And in Wisconsin, the Kohler Fawcett Company, their granddaughter is big into the arts, and she had this big show of visionary art environments. She brought it and she made a big book that thick and that big about visionary art environments. I want to show Charlie and Andy and those guys, because these, and they must be smart enough to know this is what they're doing.
Right.
And everybody's working. It'd be cool to just wonder when I'm gone. What's going to happen to all my guitars and stuff? They're going to scatter to private collectors? I think it'd be more fun to have a bunch of deadheads playing on them forever. Hey man, dance to my shit because I'm on, you know.
Yeah.
it's for dancing, you know. And then I'd know my collection of instruments I made would be every year. Bands and so, oh, remember that goofy fucker, Yaman? I'm up to Yaman, you know, I don't know. And make something wild. You know, Porker was a commission, and Paul, who commissioned him, it's hard, you know what I mean? Brains are hard sometimes. And besides a hard brain, it was hard for him to earn a living playing cello. And it's really tragic because he auditioned for principal at Milwaukee Symphony, but they knew he was a little nutso, but that would have given him the stability to not be nutso. Hey, here's a $50,000 a year job, principal of Milwaukee Symphony. Mike Porker could have been lead cello and all the whole symphony, but they all knew Paul and me anyway. It's just, man, Paul was such a good cello player.
But they didn't.
Well, you know, he just, yeah, I mean, it's a very tricky thing, but they were afraid of his instability to show up to every gig because sometimes he's a little nuts. They all know me. They love Porker at the symphony. Yeah, no, fuck yeah. I mean, the viola player told me she used to go pot for everybody in the Houston Symphony in the old days, you know. So the symphony people are freaks too. Yeah, the real ones are.
Yeah.
My friend, he came to court not once but twice and played for the judge for me and said, hey, leave him alone, you know. So that's a good symphony friend, to go to court for you and play fiddle, play Bach for the judge.
Yeah.
Come on. But, yeah, so I've got Porker back because Paul's trying to play violin. My stuff, holy fuck, I'm a bit of a mind fuck because people are coming out here, oh, that blows my mind. Well, I guess I'm starting to blow my own mind, which is all the more inspirational or whatever. I mean, this is either a real fucked up, crazy, goofy ass place or really cool. I think maybe a little both, you know. All the people are wonderful. But it's a wonderful visionary art environment with so many lovely people.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool to, you know, I live out in the country because I don't want a rot neighbor. If I could have neighbors like this, let it go on, you know. So, and I've even wondered, is there any property right next to the fair for sale?
Wow.
Would that be a help to the fair?
Ooh.
To have another cool neighbor on their border?
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. Because I've got a lovely place, but my sunsets are kind of fuckery. But your sunsets are nice here. And they're really important to me because you see back home, I had really low horizons. I could see the full moon rise with the sun setting at the same time, like 10, 15-minute horizons in both directions. That's pretty sweet. And down in Crow there, I get an hour before sunset. You know, shit, there goes the sun, good night, you know. And it's kind of a fooler because you think, if you went up to that ridge or that ridge or that ridge, we want one or two ridges. So then my neighbor said, you want to see what blocks your sunset? And he took me about 10 miles down the road. Here's the mountain. So, but I don't know. Would a land next to the fair be good for both of us? But if the sunsets are better and I can dig a pond.
Want a videographer?
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely.
Great.
You know, because we'll make, you know, if we could even have live webcasts, that would be real awesome. Live webcasts
that's
from the country fair, and then we'll record it on DVD and say, you know, Keith's band playing Pete's guitars at the country fair.
Okay.
Yeah, man.